lot of fantastic cards in the most recent archives that released. Ephemerate being one of them here. 1 mana instant, exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with rebound. So when you cast a spell from your hand, you get to exile it and get it again. So we've paired this with a Yorion Sky Nomad here, 80 card special. So we've got tons of cards that get value when they come into play. We've got Thraben Inspectors, Charming Princes, Elite Spellbinders, Skyclave Apparitions, Visionaries, Wall of Blossom, some Swag Dads, some Yasharns, some Tolsimirs. Honestly, seeing how the format's moved, it might be wrong to have this many Yasharns in my main deck. What's it called has basically been non-existent. The Cat Oven deck has been non-existent for the most part, so this might be a card we want to get rid of. It is nice for just sitting our land drops though too. We're also playing 4 copies of Abundant Harvest, new powerful cantrip effect. Choose land or non-land, get to get that type of card guaranteed off the top of your deck, so help smooth out your draws a little bit. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm in. What's a card we could play over Yasharn here? Shout cards at me, chap. We could just round out the Thragtusk. I don't hate playing more Thragtusk. We could put some Night. I don't hate putting Night of Autumn in the main and then opening up more sideboard slots. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's move to Night of Autumn into the main. And putting Night of Autumn in the main is nice because this way, even if we do run into Cat Oven, this card's still good there, right? And then we'll put a 4th Swag Dad in, and then that gives me 2 sideboard slots. I think I like another Soul Guide Lantern and another Vivien Reid. Ooh. No, my deck full of 5-drops doesn't want Collected Company. Stop it, Twitch chat. I think there is a different green-white Ephemerate deck that's probably not a Yorion deck that could play Collected Company, but it's not this one. That was the wrong Vivien. No, it was the right Vivien. I want a split of them. Both Viviens are good at generating card advantage. Where did the name for this deck come from? Well, Ephemerate's a card that we're playing, and green-white are the colors that our deck is. So the name came from the fact that we're playing a green-white deck with the card Ephemerate in it. Man, Twitch chat is on this morning, huh? Benes and Optimist, thanks for the resubs. Welcome back this morning. Speaking of some more graveyard hate in the sideboard. Dr. Peasy. All right, I think I just Elite Spellbinder here. I guess I could do this into this. It's close. I like getting information about what's in their hand, though. This also starts applying pressure in the air. Oh, I missed they had Dreadhorde Arcanist in the bin. That was a mistake. I forgot they cast Looting on 1. Yeah, that was a pretty big punt. I think I'll take this trade. J Carr, good morning and thanks for the follow. Night Autumn looking a little mediocre here. Next turn we'll be able to Charming Prince the Thragtusk and draw Yorion. We might want to wait to draw the Yorion until we can blink it in the same turn though. That way I can't get thought seized. Morning, Mellow. So, like, you were opening packs 1 at a time, Beefcake? Or you're opening packs 10 at a time and only seeing 10 rares? Like, there's screenshots of this? Like, can you post, is there a screenshot in this link? Can you show me a screenshot? I don't see any screenshots in this link at a glance. And that should be very trivial to provide a screenshot of. Yeah. Can you link a screenshot? Can you link it? Does the bug report have screenshots? Can you post a link in chat? Thanks. Links are enabled. That pack literally has a rare wild card. It literally has a rare wild card and a mystical archive in it. So, no, that's not a bug. That's working as intended. Good God, Twitch chat is really on point this morning. That's a mystical archive and a rare. Honestly, I think I'd rather Ephemerate Thragtusk than my Night of Autumn here. I'm confused what you're linking me. Are you linking me complaining that it's working? Is that what you're doing? You're complaining that it's working as intended? I'm confused. I looked at all the screenshots of that bug report. All the packs are working as intended. Yeah, that sounds like Twitch chat. That sounds like Magic players. Untapped land! Untapped land! Ah! If they have a Thoughtseize on top of a Croxa, I get got here, but I think I want to draw the Yorion to hand for next turn. Oh, fuck. They just get to fame it. I'm so dumb. Yikes, and then we're gonna draw the untapped land next turn. I forgot about Claim Fame. Yeah, I deserve to lose this. Oh yeah, we had the mana for Visionary. Yeah, drawing the other Yorion was real bad there. I should have a Yorion in exile still and be a 3 lower life. They have 11 cards in their bins, just like nowhere close to Hey, Pierogi, thanks for the sub gift. Good morning. I'm gonna double block this and just take 6 to the face so they can't play a single removal spell to keep their Arcanist alive. They still have Luris too, yeah. I think we board out Llanowar Elves in this matchup. I think I just want to increase my average card quality a bit. And while this accelerates us, it's basically just another extra land. And our deck has 29, 33 lands plus Abundant Harvest. Need 3 more cuts here. Charming Prince, probably. It's not an it's not a very good card individually. Is this going down too many creatures to blink? I have 30 creatures still. That's probably plenty, right? Yasharin would have definitely been better than Knight of Autumn in that game, yeah. You know, it always feels a little bit weird when everybody's like, yeah, the coverage was awesome, it's amazing how you do it, because, like, I'm always a little bit nervous going into these weekends, because part of me is like, have we just been getting lucky with the way when I run tournaments? Because, like, it doesn't feel hard to run the tournament the way we run it. Like, it's just like, you just show up and you do the stuff that makes sense and everything works out. But it's like, so many other people seem to have so many other people, they seem to have so much difficulty with it. It feels like a little bit, like imposter syndrome, right? It's like, I can't, all these other people have such a hard time with it. It can't really just be that it's easy for us, right? Let's start with... this is probably drawing a land regardless. Let's start with this before we decide what we're going to do with this. In fairness, we have a multi-million-dollar budget. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I do actually have experience running shows. Live shows are a little bit different than running thing over the internet, but I've talked about it before. During undergrad, I paid for my undergrad working as a stage manager, audio engineer for a small theater troupe, as well as at various live events outside. So that probably helps a bit. That background experience. Was I a theater kid too? Come on, you've heard me sing on stream. How did you not know I was a theater kid? Come on now. Entirely because of you, Come Sail Away has been my #1 on Spotify in the last year. That's great. Maybe I'm supposed to be greedy and blink a wall of blossoms here. Yeah, but like to Osby, everybody else is using melee at this point. Like Wizards is using MTG melee. So like I think like MTG like obviously the event couldn't happen without MTG melee. That's why I never tried to run tournaments before melee existed. But at the same time, all of the tournament organizers have melee, so that's just kind of a wash. You know, there's probably some truth to that, Win Magnus, that the average player that we have in the tournaments here in Hoaglandia are probably quite a bit different than the average player in a random MTG Melee tournament. I played that 5K yesterday, and watching their Discord with players just having no clue what they were supposed to be doing when they were supposed to be doing it, and then comparing it to like our Discord the morning of. Like the type of person that my interactions here on stream are likely to scare off are probably the type of people that are likely to give issues the morning of an event, right? There's probably a good amount of overlap in that Venn diagram. Feels like we're just dead here. I guess I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land, I can play and blink this next turn. I get 2 chances at that land. Okay. Am I supposed to just do this as opposed to Rest in Peace this turn? We might just be too far gone at this point. Okay, those are all pretty good. Maybe, we'll see. If there was a series of draws that could get us back into this game, it probably looks something like this to start. Okay, that's their whole turn. Is it crazy to deck the Pyromancer tokens? Do I deck the Pyromancer or the tokens? I have these 2/2s. I feel like I just want to take the tokens, huh? It doesn't give them a clue. And then this way we just like try and race them in the air here. Hey, Ty Glorious, thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Dillweeds and Fishman, thanks for the follows. They are not clueless. They have this token over here. Now they're clueless. They have 24 cards in their deck. Phil Staff, good morning. Thanks for the follow. Losing that feels bad. Makes my Ephemerates a lot worse. Draw. We can dodge in a breed here. There might be something to this Rest in Peace card, chat. Come into the noodles embrace. I can't believe we won that game. That was kind of sick. Oh, you know what? These Viviens should totally be in my deck. These are grindy cards. Let's cut this last Charming Prince. They have to block the 3/3 to attack with the 2/2. It's free. Don't tell me I'm eating my Reese's wrong. Come on now. Soul Guide for one for value here. Mr. Mark? Any specific resource you save for Mark? Yeah, don't use your faction war keys tonight, because you'll get points for using those. Basically everything except Doom Tower gives points for it. I might just cantrip this Ephemerate here. Or we'll cast that. We're no longer clueless, chat. Nah, you're far from the only one having bugs. You got it. You might rest him. You got him. Got me. I would ask who hurt this opponent, but the answer is us, chat. We hurt them. We're the bully, chat. We're the bully. Volgo, Coco, and TSX. Thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel this morning. I'm the bad man, duh. Man, green-white gets to play a 1-mana divination? That's so good. You know, I think I just Skyclave here whilst holding up another Ephemerate. I actually have a couple of new ones we've played with the kids, Philly, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing board games with people who can read at above a first grade level here soon. Jeff Fish, thank you for the 1.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It does eliminate most of chat. Philly, to be fair, Philly in chat is part of my now partially defunct board game group. You've been poked, right, David? Christy and I get our boosters in a couple of weeks, and then we can do something. Moments before the accident, chat. Moments before the accident. Was that good? If so, why? Please explain. Alright, I think we get rid of their Pyromancer here, right? I should have brought 2 spears, yeah. Value. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Our opponent did Necromentia, rest in peace. They did. We did not rest in peace them that game. Can we ever beat goblins? I have no Grafdigger's cages. We can't play Hushbringer. We're like 0% against goblins, probably, right? None of my hate cards in my sideboard are good here. Yeah, I'm gonna top right. Yeah, the way our sideboard's constructed, none of these cards are good here. She did not drop Muxus or Krenko. Yeah. Yeah, get right on that. This format really is modern. You know what's actually something that I'm curious to see? I was watching Caleb Durward a bit yesterday when he was live. He was live earlier than he usually is. And he was playing Best of One Historic. And I feel like Arena's gonna answer the question, would people actually play Best of One Modern? Because, like, this format seems real rancid as a Best of One format. Like, actually just the stone cold worst. I think that's an incredible misnomer, Lucos. As someone who's played an incredible amount of Modern on Magic Online, I think it's really unfair to characterize Modern on Magic Online being more competitive than other things. It's really not. In fact, I'm gonna time you out for that. That's super elitist. I hate that elitist bullshit that happens. Where there's like, oh, this particular variation of the game is more competitive than these other areas. Yeah, Moto being more competitive is a lie Magic the Gathering Online competitive players tell themselves to justify paying $10 to play 5 matches of Magic. You gotta do mental gymnastics to justify that price to yourself. Yep, likely rogues from the opponent. So, fun fact, there was in addition to our tournament this past weekend, there was also a 5K tournament yesterday that had almost 200 players in it, and Rogues was the only deck to have multiple copies in the top 8 of yesterday's historic tournament. Were there 2 Jeskai decks top 8? Yeah, Rogues slaughters goblins. Rogues has pressure and disruption. This might be a spell still. Let's see what we draw. I know there was one. I must have missed the second one when I skimmed it. This past weekend, MTG Melee being bugged and not being able to auto-sort archetypes by default really made me realize how much I love their deck sorting. This isn't a huge value Ephemerate, but I think we do this and I take Visionary first next turn, so I can Visionary plus Skyclave potentially. I remember when I got to play Arena in the closed beta, I mentioned that at my LGS, I was for the first time, I'd been playing more Magic than before I got laughed out of the start. Yeah, there's a lot of that super elitist, this way I play Magic is real and the way you like playing Magic isn't real. It's real obnoxious. The only thing it's real is real obnoxious. Memory Lapse is an incredibly powerful card for Rogues. Because of their incidental mill, Memory Lapse is often just like an actual counterspell. I think I'm declining this here. I guess it gains me 3. Yeah, I'll give up attacking for 2 to gain 3 here. The middle burrito emote is pay to win. You have to cheer at least $10 worth of bits to get the middle burrito emote. There are also other fun bit emotes, like the face eating the burrito, and money, and whales. Thanks for 27 months, Monster. Welcome back. Well, I mean, they definitely have a counterspell, right? I guess I should have done this pre-combat, because I could have attacked with the elf. That resolved? I guess they only have one counter, and they want to save it for this. There are 2 whales in Hoaglandia. You get a whale for being a tier 3 sub, and you get a whale for $100 worth of bits. Like, they could have had memory lapse too, chat. Oh, there's technically a third whale. The golden whale is $1,000 in bits. That one is for the massive sea creatures. Everybody has a minnow, that's true. Everybody in Hoaglandia has some size sea creature, chat. There's minnows, there's dolphins. I think that's fine, right? Guess I gotta start collecting whale emotes. Thanks for the bits, Roz. Do I deploy another threat here, or do I just pass? I think I just take the pass, right? Okie doke. We put them on rogues, right? They have Luris and Drown in the lock. They've gotta be rogues. Yeah, Rest in Peace is good here. Morning, Jones. I want to take my curve and drag it down, if possible. I think we're boarding out Tolsimir. Oh, this is technically a removal spell. Light of Autumn's kind of whatever. We trim this just because it doesn't attack and it doesn't block. That could be the play. I don't hate that. These are expensive, but like if they resolve, they're great. Let's do that. Hey, Pepperidge Farm, 625 months. Welcome back. What context is Celebrant for? It's for the Ultimatum decks. We're playing it for the Revel and Silence half, obviously, so we don't have red mana in our deck. It's fine against control, too. Hey, Zekel, thanks for shipping some of Jeff Bezos' monies this way. Welcome back. Okay, the one drop here is fine, right? We get to go tap Sunpetal Grove into Inspector next turn, untap Turntimber Symbiosis into Spellbinder the following turn. Who is the opponent's avatar? This is the black-white Mastery Track avatar, I believe. Sounds good, Pepperidge Farm. Enjoy. The broadcast was really good on Saturday. Silver Quill. Yeah, that's the one. The Orzhov. It's the Orzhov one. I'm just gonna call them by their guild names. Hey, BK. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a ton of people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for dropping it off this way this month and keeping me around. I'm gonna take PV out back and drop him in the lock. Yikes. Yikes. This is the, style of rogues draw we see in Standard that's very good. I think we're just dead at this point, right? We'll take a look-a-boo with this next turn, but kind of assuming we can't recover here. Yep. And that's why Rogues is good and why it's frustrating to play against. Like, basically just unwinnable for anything. They have pressure plus a couple of counterspells. Yeah, the opponent's deck's like a souped up. The opponent's deck's like a more competitive version of Mono Blue, basically. I would be very surprised if Rogues does not become a mainstay part of this format. Seems very powerful. I mean, even Tithe Taker doesn't really break up a curve like what they had their Squid Squad. You'd cast it and it would get counterspelled. And that's why Rogues is so good. Like, any card that's actually good against them, they can just, like, counter and discard, so. Yeah, Memory Lapse is a huge pickup for their archetype. Thanks for the follow, BK. Good morning, good morning. Look at this, chat. We tricked them into sequencing poorly. They played this to respond to our play, and now they don't get to mill this. I'm sure they're just going to play another card that lets them mill next turn, but still, we got them. As someone who's played a ton of Legacy Duck Doolittle, I don't think it's comparable to Legacy Delver, because Legacy Delver you could just resolve a threat against and then be really far ahead, whereas this deck gets to play Drown in the lock, so you can't even just beat them with good sequencing. If you manage to resolve a threat, they just get their counter spell is a hard removal spell as well. They played an Inquisition game 1 as well, so they might just be playing, a metric ton of counter spells, or a metric ton of discard spells. Yes, one of the many bugs introduced in this patch, Shuffler Truther, was one with displaying your current quests. This patch was a QA disaster. Every patch is... Nah, that... Saying every patch is a QA disaster does a disservice to how bad this patch was. This patch was really bad. What do they have that punishes ephemerating proactively here? They'd have like a spell pierce, I guess. They can have unsummon. I think that's a card they're pretty unlikely to play though. Got him. So if you want to do historic direct challenges right now, the tournament we ran this weekend, we had to do limited challenge mode because you only get a 7-card sideboard in the historic direct challenge mode. So that is also currently a known bug. Yeah, that's true too. Even if they were playing on summon for some reason, it's like pretty bad against us. Alright, so I'm going to target Thraben Inspector here on the rebounds. That way they can't just kill Thragtusk in response. So if they want to deny value with this, they have to kill a 1-2. Because I wanted them to block Thieves Guild Enforcer. Why do you only get a 7-card sideboard? Because Arena is bugged. Is this Party Bus? Nah, it's Party Bus with Yorion, a playable version of Party Bus. Hey, Heckahot, thank you for the 37 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome back. I don't think I can justify drawing this to hand this turn, right? It just turns on their Thoughtseizes and Agonizing Remorses. Probably want to wait till I have 8 mana. Which we're technically only off of. Seven Owls, thanks for the follow. Good morning. So they can cast Luris and then recast a Windwalker out of the board, but then they're tapped out. Yeah, Rogues is a format staple. It's very, very good. I think there's a strong argument that Rogues is the deck that got the most upgrades from the most recent card drop. Target Thraben Inspector again here. What are the major additions to Rogues? Thoughtseize. I guess they've had Thoughtseize. Inquisition, Memory Lapse, and Brainstorm. Might be wrong to attack with these, although if they're playing this and bringing this back, it means they're not bringing back something else. J-Man, thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate the 18 months. Welcome back. All right, we're not clueless, chat, so we're head on board. We've got 2 cards sitting here to draw up with. Feeling pretty good. I mean, I don't auto-concede to rogues with everything that we play, chat. I only auto-concede with decks that are, like, close to 0%. And, like, our deck's definitely not close to 0% here. Oh, they're playing Languish. Brainstorm with Fabled Passage. There's some good runners in a row here. Now, we're not just dead. Yorion's hanging out. We've got 2 clues to crack. Ephemerate. Oh, I guess if I took Elite Spellbinder, it'd be a 6/4. This is better against spot removal. Yeah, we're gonna play... I've got a couple of standard deck submissions, but I'm kind of expecting to not play anything other than Historic until the fall, too. Yikes. Man, that Languish, we were so far ahead. Turntimber Symbiosis is like doing its damnedest to drag us into this game. Only through 2 copies of Drown in the Lock at this point. I assume we're dead. There's so many cards. Yeah, honestly, it feels like if this format's gonna be the power level it is with the types of cards like Rogue has, I kind of feel like Veil of Summer should probably be legal again. No joke, not even kidding. Like, that card's still legal in Modern, right? That card's legal in Modern and Legacy? That's probably a card that should consider coming off the ban list with Memory Lapse and Thoughtseize and Inquisition being in this format. Veil should probably be legal again. Yeah, there's a bunch of cards that should come off the ban list at this point. I don't know that Oko makes the cut of things I'd pull off the ban list, but... Now, I'm pretty sure Veil's legal in Modern. I'm gonna pull up Scryfall. If it's legal in Modern, it should definitely be legal in this format. Yeah, Veil's legal in Modern. Oko's banned in Modern, right? Yeah, Oko's banned in Modern and Legacy. Oko's fine to keep going. Veil should be legal. Oko's legal in Cube and Vintage. Be careful, Teferi's legal in Modern. I mean... Teferi is an anti-ultimatum card. He is an anti-ultimatum card. You're supposed to play Elite Spellbinder here as opposed to trying to hit a land. Yeah, this might be wrong. I'm probably supposed to just play this. Teferi's miserable to play against. Chat, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I think you could describe miserable to play against for most of the things that are legal in this format. I always like Magic's a very polarizing game, chat. Teferi would be good against Gaia's Ghost form. Yeah. It would be. Yep. Look, chat, I probably hate Teferi more than people in chat do, but I think there's a strong argument to be made that that card should be legal again. Alright, so the land draw means I can lead on Spellbinder, and then Skyclave Apparition to tag the Nightback Ambusher. Don't say these things, leave the dead buried. To paraphrase The Incredibles, if everything in the format is miserable, none of it is. Yeah, basically. Listen, chat, I'm a very reasonable individual. I like to change my opinions based when I'm presented with new information. wishy-washy that way. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Arcane Laboratory. With sealed opens being so successful, you'd be participating in them. Nope. Competitive Magic's a scam. I play Magic for fun. I don't play Magic to compete, chat. If you get fun competing in Magic stuff, more power to you. But there's a reason why the competitive tournaments we have here on this channel are more casual focused too. All right, so they have Gearhulk mana up, and they have Memory Lapse. I think we lead on this to start. Fatso, thanks for the 2.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And me, thanks for the 14 months. I don't play Limited Magic because I don't really enjoy Limited. I think Magic as a low-powered game is not something that I personally enjoy. More power to you if you enjoy it. But honestly, the way the arena opens are structured, where they're just like this $20 slot machine, is so gambly. I'd much rather like play in a 5K, like the thing I played yesterday. Yikes! They discarded Magma Opus. Okay, so they're gonna get to Magma us next turn. Yeah, cube's not a low power format. Cubes are explicitly higher powered formats. Like, there's literally almost a dozen draft tokens sitting on my account that just, like, I don't enjoy it, so I don't use them. Thanks for the third of a year, Dr. James. Did I play the 5K? I played Temur Flash. I missed my third land drop in a game 2 and then dropped from the tournament when I went out 1. Do we just Turntimber here? How do you feel about just Turntimbering here? I think I'm kind of into it. Just get us like a thick wall of blossoms. Look at this thick wall of blossoms, chat. 5-6? Nah, talk about a 3-7. All right, can we outgrind Magma Opus? That's the question we gotta answer, chat. Can we outgrind the Magma Opus? We're sure as heck gonna try. Wait, did they kill Charming Prince instead of Skyclave? A mistake here. Am I dead? Might be dead, right? If they have another Magma Opus. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are dead to second Magma Opus here. Wall of bottoms? Yep, basically. Thick wall, chat. That one, blink it. Wow, rude. Hey, thanks for the prime. Spread the fun. Thanks for spreading the wealth. Bottoms up. Sick card in their deck. It's okay. Like, the problem with this is, like, the situations where this card is good, you like have to have Gear Hulk or Nightpack Ambusher in play. And like if you have Gear Hulk or Nightpack Ambusher in play, you're often winning anyways, right? Like, how often are they in a situation like this where like this is happening and they're still behind, right? Oh, yeah, I bet they're playing the list that cut Rewind that was posted on Twitter. That's really good for us if so. They have less counterspells. Isn't the floor a soft negate? Kinda. Like, this is pretty far from negate. Maybe I should have shocked this into hold up Ephemerate. Skyclave's gonna come back and get rid of this borrower. The Ancestral Doodle, yep. Leaving our 3/7 wall here. Cause it's a brick house. They scryed double top here. Toot toot, all aboard the value train. Hey, look at me. I'm the wolf deck now. And they even bounced my Charming Prince. Let's lead on the one they know about. Chugga 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 chugga. Remember that time they torrential gear hulked the magma opus, chat? Pepperidge Farm remembers. This is still game one, yeah? Yeah, the opponents use twice as much time off their clock as I have. Wait, I didn't see that they were killing my one. They killed my thing that was under. Well, that's annoying. I miss making a mana. Alright, Magma Opus 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Asserting Wolf Dominance, yep. Your move, Yugi boy, this is all we got. Growth Spiral resolves. You know what? I think I'm just casting this. I think it's supposed to be another thick wall of blossoms. I know the second Yorion is like super appealing, but I'm pretty sure thick blossoms is the correct play. It's not like the fun play, but it's the correct play. All right, so we'll keep this wolf and we'll fight this wolf. Got me. Ooh. Look at these fighty wolves, chat. Okay, in response to this trigger, I'm gonna ephemerate my Yorion. You gonna memory lapse me here? Another magma opus. Okay. Alright, chat. So our win con for this match is timing them out. Just for reference. Oh, we're bouncing my noodle. Rude. That's a really good top deck. Huh? Huh? Think we're drawing a spell to start, and then we'll decide what we want to do from there. It's not a copy of Ephemerate that I wanted for Christmas. Oh, I think we just replay the noodle, right? I guess we could Skyclave this. Yeah, I think that's the play, actually. How the Dragon's deck go? It's better than I was expecting it to be. Felt okay. Alright, I'm up on clock by 3 minutes at the moment. I'll try and play a little quicker to stay ahead. This is 12:15, 17. I died of Magma Opus number 3. If I'm gonna die to Opus 3 anyways, I might as well take 1619 and go to 2. They have 4th Nightpack Ambusher. Yeah. Man, I think that's gonna get us. I don't know that we recover from 4th Nightpack Ambusher. Alright, if this is a blank, I drew a Thragtusk. For fuck's sake. Man, what a brutal series of top decks at the end there for them. The Brazen Borrower top deck on the 3rd Magma Opus really got us. If they hadn't been able to bounce the Yorion in response to our Ephemerate, that game wouldn't have been close. We'd have been stabilized just fine. Yeah. I don't know if there's really anything else we could do there. It wasn't slow rolling. It just took them a second to cast their spell. It's not a big deal. Yeah, opponent played well. Like, I don't think the opponent played poorly. They just, got lucky on top of playing well, which is how you win matches of Magic, chat. Everybody that wins any sustained amount of matches of Magic got lucky to do so. These to make their what's it called? I don't know that Revel in Silence is good enough here. Why Lantern over Rest in Peace? Because can draw a card in a pinch. They also only have 4 graveyard cards, chat. So like being able to cantrip is nice. Maybe Thraben Inspector. Thraben Tolsimir is a little expensive and clunky. I guess this kills Torrential Gear Hulk. Yeah, killing Borrower is whatever. Killing your Hulk is good. We'll play this out. If we draw a spell next turn, we'll probably harvest for a land. If we draw a spell, we'll harvest for a land. Our land will harvest for a spell. Spell will harvest for a land. It's a wait to make a decision on this for a turn. Get a tap land in. The tapping on the Magma Opus being super relevant there at the end. Being able to cut through. Being able to cut through our 3/7 blockers. Our thick little walls, they never had a chance, Chip. Hey, ACV. Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. How do people donate decks? You can learn about submitting decks on my website here. Take 2. I really like this spell, so I'm going to cast it again next turn too, chat. Yeah, you could play red pathways if you wanted. as an edge case. 2 Tlantimer. And their deck doesn't really have a catch-up mechanic, so when I blink this Thragtusk here, they're just gonna be left with mustard. Yeah, the fact that they're not playing Rewind is really good for us. The more counterspell heavy variation is probably much better against our archetype. Oh my god, I just got it. I think my reference went over a lot of Chant's head there. It's fine, Chant. Those are the best jokes. The ones that only some of you get to appreciate the genius of. You know, Brazen Borrower here either. Thanks for the follow, Nighttime. And for anybody that's new to the channel like Nighttime, I have 3 children, so I can make those dad jokes. Ooh, Flame Sweep is brutal. Alright, we still got 6 power left here, but Yorion has a lot less value now. It's a good one to think about. I wasn't really playing around that one. They have a Brazen Borrower here. They're back in this game. Yeah, rewind. I feel like anybody who cuts all of the rewinds from the Flash deck didn't play any games with the deck before doing so. They just looked at Rewind and were like, Rewind's not a good card, I'm gonna cut it. It's easily the single most important tempo piece in the deck. It's not close. Crack this clue right away in case we hit a land. That's a spell. Rewind is basically Force of Will. That's definitely a take. I don't think I can attack into Gear Hulk here, huh? Prepared for that to resolve. I'll take it though. Yeah, it sounds great, right? Well, Crush the Weak would kill their Brazen Borrowers. Flame Sweep does not. also sorcery. The clock's not gonna matter. Gosh, maybe I should have done that just to end a turn there while they were tapped out. I think I just take 9. I'm at 30. There's no reason to run into tricks here when I have a Spellbinder next turn to reveal all. It's about to be a Magma Opus. Feels like a Magma Opus. We have 8 mana. Yeah, it's definitely an Opus. I'm gonna like tap these 2, kill these. Which is fine, we're gonna Ephemerate the Yorion. Oh, I could have gotten rid of all the targets. Shit. I was thinking it didn't matter that I didn't blink the beast. That's a huge punt. Normally you can't tap to... Yeah, I could have fizzled it. I could have denied the 4/4 too. That's a big miss. It's good to note. New cards, new play patterns. That's a cute observation. I don't know if that's right, but it's something I didn't think about. We could have blinked the Spellbinder in response to them cracking the Fabled Passage. Yeah, it would have fizzled because all its targets would have been gone. So, in Magic the Gathering, when a spell loses all of its targets, none of it resolves. And the only targets there are what you're tapping and what you're dealing damage to. So if you assign damage to all permanents and tap all permanents... Yeah, so you want to send at least 1 point of damage to the face or target 1 land with a tap. Vivien has to be good in this matchup, right? I don't know. She's really clunky and slow, and she gets outside. Do you think she's better than Tolsimir? I don't know. The life from Tolsimir has been okay. It kills Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I think I'd buy Vivien's better. She's card advantage. It could be that I just want 2 Vivien Reid in my sideboard instead of this, because Vivien Reid's much better against Gearhulks and stuff. The split on the Viviens could be wrong. Imagine Veil of Summer countering Magma Opus. No, I intentionally put the Vivien split in. It's just like, this matchup being a consideration could mean that it's right to not play the split. Thanks everybody for out this morning, by the way. Great to see over 1,600 people here for some historic You like Magic's newest non-rotating format here in Arena, this is definitely a great channel to be. Usually play 2 or 3 Historic decks every single day. Usually play 3 or 4 Magic decks a day. Probably going to be mostly Historic until rotation, though. Standard seems pretty mediocre at the moment. A lot of Eldraine all the time. If they have a turn 3 Nightpack Ambusher, we don't currently have counterplay to that. See if they've got their Growth Spiral here. We do, yeah. Alright, not a Nightpack Ambusher, Fist Pump. Hey, thanks, Jace. Glad you enjoyed it. Decent draw. In fact, it's such a decent draw, I'm going to draw it again next turn. You can always find information on the Hoaglandia Open series by going to jeffhoagland.com/Hoaglandia-Open-series. And find links to coverage of past events, as well as all of the deck lists from the previous events. All neatly housed and organized. Well, shit. And remember that time I chose Spell with my Abundant Harvest chip? Can't memory lapse this one because of my Darko that can exile this. Try and get the double block here. Yes, also, oh, I wonder if they thought they were going to get a 3/3 by waiting. Maybe they didn't realize the Spellbinder. They might not have realized the Spellbinder, what's it called, interaction. Okay. Thragtusk, so nice, we drew it twice. Where do you go to find matchup breakdowns between decks? Twitter MTG_data has those stats on their site, usually on their feed. This weekend's probably gonna take them longer to get them generated though, because MTG Melee had a bug that didn't let them post archetypes. Take the memory lapse out of here. Oh, did they already put stats up for this week? Sweet. Shit, they drew Magma Opus. And they get to tap Soul Guide Lantern, which means if they draw Torrential Gear Hulk, they get to Opus us again. Exile the graveyard in response, because the Opus isn't in the graveyard yet. Illustrious Revolution, so that doesn't really accomplish anything. This is still on the stack when that's happening. I mean, we're not dead yet, chat. Like, the opponent's no longer behind, but like... Alright, they're catching up. Memory lapse is very good. Depends on how many spells they drew here. If they drew all spells again, we're gonna die like we did in the first game. Yeah, they're 27 cards in. So probably their second Opus here, I imagine. We're gonna die. Definitely gonna die to the third one. That'll do too big. I don't understand your question, 10 under. The shark got us. I mean, the magma opus into torrential gearhulk got us. The shark was just like the extra thing afterwards. I don't know. This felt fine. It definitely wasn't fast. We played this for almost 2 hours. I think we played like 3 matches in 2 hours. I don't know if I have any thoughts on if I prefer Counterspell or Memory Lapse to be legal. Right, definitely Memory Lapse, not close. I mean, like, I also think questions like that are just shitty questions. Like, making me choose between two things that feel kind of bad isn't really... But actually, the actual answer is I would have preferred Remand. Remand is the card I think they should have printed there as opposed to Memory Lapse. Remand is very similar to a Memory Lapse style effect while being a lot less offensive. Mana Leak 2 would have been okay. Yep. Remand would have been... I think Remand would have been better than Mana Leak, though, honestly. I feel like the only thought I really have at the end here is that with the Gearhulk deck being around, I'd rather have a second Vivien Reid over the split of Viviens in the sideboard, but I also know that we really played enough matches in there to dictate any other changes. Our deck felt cohesive, we had a reasonable strategy, we had meaningful disruption in a lot of places, our go long plan was good in lots of places, so yeah. You just got here, can you cut? I have a $75 donation to play blue-green turns, Justin, so if you want to cut in front of that, it would be $150. If you want to go after that, it would be $100. If you want to wait in line like everybody else, it's $50.